Today we're taking a look at Prince Sarxek from the Eagle Force line, and up here it says that he is the Prince of the Empyrean Nebula. And there's his card art just a little bit closer. We'll flip this around. There is the cross sail for all of Series 7. Now, I believe there's one extra one, a Riot Trooper. That's not listed here because I've got that and it says Series 7. Then up here, it has a small little paragraph, a bio about the Prince. Over here it says team affiliation is the Empyrean Empire, the modern day, from the modern day era, 2002 present. And so a lot of this fun stuff. All right, let's take a closer look at this figure. Here we have the figure, and this is pretty much what he looks like coming out of the box. He has this harness attached and a cape on the back, and we'll get to both of those in just a moment, but let's talk about all these other accessories that are laying out here. He comes with an Eagle Force figure stand. It's got 2 pegs on each end. That's pretty nice. He comes with 2 swords, and I'm a little curious, and someone out there probably can answer this for me. Are these stylized or are these bent? And I need to warm them up to straighten them up. It looks like they are stylized, maybe like this, where they've kind of got this little swoop here. But I tend to think these might be just a little bent this way, and I might need to straighten those ones out. Not a big deal if that's the case, because if I understand things right, I can warm them up and straighten them out that way. Just a little curious about that one. Then he comes with a little laser pistol. It's kind of difficult to pick up. I'm sure glad I got the red background over here, so some of this stuff stands out. But a little silver, I would say, sci-fi pistol. Shoot, now I can't pick it up. Scoot it over. He also comes with another pile of stuff. He's got a clear bubble that will fit around here, and we'll talk about that when I talk about this harness thing here. But a little clear bubble that will go over the head. He comes with 3 heads, and at this point, I will show you them a little bit closer, but there's this yellow, and I can't hold on to anything here. And another one that looks more like a trooper than an actual character, and like I said, I'm popping these up so you can see them. And now that I've made a mess of everything up here, let's see if I can show you more stuff. He comes with this. He's got a couple pegs on his waist, and this is something that can connect to one of those pegs. And I'm not quite sure. I think this might be like a sword holder. If I can get it into a position, you can see that it goes all the way through. I think this might be like a sword holder. And then this is a holster, I'm pretty sure, for the gun. It's the only thing he comes with, that silver gun. And you can't quite get it in the right position to where you can see. There you go. You can see that there's an opening at the bottom. If you don't want to have these 2 items on his side, it looks like he's got, this is crazy, these things are so small. I don't know if I can even get them close enough to, might be able to. I mean, these things are crazy small. Sorry for, anyway. So you got 2 of these that you can put, and I'll show you them attached to the figure in just a moment as well. There's lots of just a moments, but on the sides there. And as we're getting used to and understanding with this Eagle Force line, a pile of hands. We need to give Eagle Force, or we need to give Fresh Monkey Fiction a hand for all these hands. I kind of stole that from my comments from Lash Lightning. Thanks to Hammertron out there for giving me lots of fun hand jokes the other day. But anyway, so yeah, he's got some grabby hands here. A pair of grabby hands, and a pair, some of these are difficult to grab, pair of fist hands right there, and a pair of flat palm hands, a pair of like C-shape hold hands right there, and he's got attached a pair of trigger hands, and that would be so he can hold this gun here. All right. So before we go any further, I do want to mention one thing. When I switched out the head for this head, it was extremely difficult to get on. When I finally got it on and I tried to pull it off, it pulled out the entire barbell in the neck area. So I had to really warm this head up to get it out. I don't know if yours will be tight if you get this or if you have this already, but I noticed an extreme tightness on this. I'm going to scoot some of this stuff off to the side now so we can look a little bit closer here at this figure, and put some of these accessories probably on. So let's come forward here and take a look here. Now, one thing, as I mentioned, that he comes with this, I don't know, let's call it a space helmet web gear and this cape. So if you want to put this little bubble on his head, you're going to have to take the cape off. And I kind of like these capes. These are kind of neat. So they're like a little C shape, as you can see right there, a little C shape. And they've got this fabric. This is soft goods, not rubber or soft rubber or anything. And it just wraps around, and then you attach this to the neck, and you got this cool little cape. I like this a lot. It's a little bit better than the old 80s G.I. Joes where the cape would feed up over the arms or something like that and maybe rip. So I like this method. So if you want to put this ball on... no! I'll be right back. I rescued the clear bubble head from the abyss. Anyway, my hands are just a little bit soft and slick, apparently. After all, so much hot water trying to deal with the head, it apparently has affected the tips of my fingers, so some of this stuff is a little bit difficult for me to hang on to. But anyway, these do come apart. I want to be careful. See, comes apart right there. So I try my best to tuck this over the head. Now, in the Lash Lightning video, I mentioned how I couldn't figure out how to get this to actually be on. When I put it on, it kind of wobbled around, and I didn't really show you that very well. So what I'll do is I'll tuck this on now, just kind of gently put it over there. And I have discovered, and thanks for a few comments, several people made comments, that this head, or this mask, will actually hook in here like I didn't think it would. So what I've discovered is when you put it on, you need this seam kind of pointed towards the front. If it's pointed towards the back, it's not going to work very well. The seam must be pointed forward. And there are little ridges, very difficult to see, little ridges around the front and the back. And you just kind of got to choose either the front to work on or the back. And once you get one side, you kind of get the other side. And right there, it's now on. So he now has his helmet on. So I stand corrected. These little bubble helmets will actually attach to the helmet space web gear that is on the figure. But if the figure comes with a cape, you'll need to make sure the cape is off because the bubble won't fit over that. So kind of makes sense. So there you go. I figured it out. I trusted the people leaving comments, and I gave it another try, and it worked. And I want to say, let's take this off. I want to say another thank you for everyone who left some comments. I struggled with this web gear because what I did, because most of the figures, I don't think it looks very good. I did this. I raised the arms up, and then I shimmied it up over the arms, and I felt like I was going to rip and break these straps the entire time. Actually, kind of looks like a weird yellow bane at the moment. But anyway, I was informed that these arms can pop off. So, being very gentle, like I always am, I never break anything on video. I worked a little bit. It's a little tight. Check it out. He is now armless, and you can then slide. Well, there you go. It slides right off. That is so awesome. Thank you for helping me. When I get a figure like this, I don't ever think about really taking parts off. The only thing I think about is maybe hands, depends on the figure, and maybe the head. If you see some shiny back here in this hole for the backpack, that's because it still has some hot water in there. Or it still has water, it's probably not hot anymore. Snap. And that was from attempting to fix this head issue. So anyway, here is Prince Sarxek without that, the correct way, and without the bubble head. And I'll try to attach this. It's a little bit more difficult to attach it if it's not on the figure. I'm learning all sorts of things about this figure line, but it can happen. If you do it carefully, it can happen. So yeah, cool. So yeah, okay, so I mentioned these little dots here on the side. Let's come a little bit closer so you can see that. But you see the little nubbies right here on the left and the right side? That is for... Let's just plug this thing in here. Well, let's try. Let's not do it, but let's try. There we go. So you could plug in that holster right there. You could plug in... Maybe. Yeah, there we go. You could... Ah! It fell off. I hope you saw it. You could plug in this little pouch right there. You can see that pouch so much better. You could take off this holster, and I could plug in this little pouch right there. And they seem to be sturdy enough that they're not going to just fall right off. It's not like Marauders figures where you have to glue a lot of the stuff on because the stuff falls off. This actually feels like it pegs on and is going to work pretty good. Let's get him standing up here. And I'm going to grab this gun right here, this little nice silver thing. I believe, actually we're going to set him off to the side instead of straight there in the middle. Stand up. Stand up, man. There you go. And I think this weapon, space sci-fi gun, looks like it goes in that holster really good. And we're going to take a sword, and I don't know if it actually goes in here or not. It seems like it does. It kind of pushes the strap off to the side just a little bit, but it looks like it would go in there. So let's take off that. We've taken off that little pouch, and we're going to... Maybe. There we go. Actually, we're going to take the sword off first. Had trouble a moment ago trying to get this thing on, but I think it's on. And then there, I mean, tell me, is this what this is for? Am I completely off base, or am I actually correct? That would be fun to know if I'm right or wrong. But hey, you know what? It looks good to me. I think I'll use it that way. So let's slide. Let's do a little gear up session here. Now I noticed there is actually no trigger hole in this gun, but he has trigger fingers. Now I understand there's other things out there for triggers, and so yeah, that's fine. So cool. He has got a sword, a little bendy sword, and a little silver ray gun. This guy is ready. I'm assuming this is a bad guy. I could be wrong. Tell me if he's a good guy or a bad guy, but he doesn't look like a good guy to me. He looks like he would be a bad guy. And let's put his cape on. I don't know. Prince? I think he's Prince of like a bad empire, like an evil empire. What was it? The Empyrean Nebula. And he's coming to conquer the galaxy. Or something. Oh yeah, as I pointed out before, I'm going to grab my handy-dandy cutting knife. There are 2 sets of holes on the bottom of the feet. The top one, I have seen a few other figures that have magnets in there, and that's pretty cool. I can't wait to show you the magnets on the front of those, on the toe parts of the figures. The back holes on the heels are the ones that go and fit quite nicely. Let's back this up here so you can see it quite nicely, provided you have patience more than mine, because sometimes I don't have patience. There, see, he is a standing tall on his figure stand. It's kind of funny on my camera, the yellow of the skin is just like overblown, so I hope it's not like, you know, so loud and blaring that it's like bothering you. But yeah, he's got some wild yellow skin. He's really cool. Let's see, I've got a pile of hands. I think I've shown you everything now. He's got an extra sword. And we could actually like swap out this hand and put this hand in its place. And give me a second here. It's always so much fun and exciting trying to put accessories, especially 4-inch figures, on camera, because I'm reaching like really far around my camera. It's not like I've got these things right in front of me, so you get to see like, you know, what I don't have to usually do. Okay, Okay, came off the figure stand. We'll back him up. Now I've made his sword even more bendy. But don't worry, he's got the sci-fi pistol. And he's coming to conquer the galaxy. As soon as he figures out how to get his cape back on and to stay on. You don't want to mess with Prince Sarxek. I don't even know how he sounds, but we're just making it up as we go. Don't mess with the prince. Alright, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.